Hey, I'm Simon.
And I'm Caroline.
Yeah, this is our 1981 Hymer Mobil on a Mercedes base. And we bought it about 3 years ago, just before Corona. We were quite lucky with the price there. And it was standing in a shed for like most of those 40 years because we only have like 100,000 kilometers on it right now. And yeah, we're pushing it. So it has this two-part door and you can close the bottom part if you have kids or if you have dogs, or like here if you have stray dogs around, you can just close this and you're safe that nobody comes in. And here's the gas bottles. We use one 11 kilo gas bottle and this is good for us. It has space for two, but one's good.
Yeah,
all right, want to come in? Actually, the thing we love most about this car is the flowers on here, which is like still original, and we all wanted to keep this that way. And if you could, like, the best thing is the seats in front, because this is really like sitting in front of the television.
Yeah, it's huge.
And obviously the big windscreen. It's like the panoramic windscreen, I guess.
Yeah.
This is what they sold it. Yeah, it's just amazing. It's like the trucker feeling. And best thing is, if we have one bed up here. When we fold this down, you lie with your head like on that high, and you have like 180-degree view.
That's cool. So
yeah, that's pretty good. But those windows are not insulated. They're only one glass, like single glass. And this is why it's getting quite cold in the front. This is why we sleep in the back. Yeah. Yeah, but it's pretty much original. Like, this is the air condition and this is the GPS from back then. Still works, yeah. More or less, but we still use Google. I 3D printed some parts, like for the cell phone. I 3D printed this, and yeah, a lot of small things. Yeah, you don't get all those parts that you need, so 3D printer is a pretty good thing to have if you have an old car like that. Alright, so this is our guest room basically. So if we would have friends come over, they could sleep here. And this is the room with the amazing view. We actually, right now, since we're only 2 people, we use it as just space to throw stuff. Yeah, it's basically the bed with the best view, but we usually sleep in the back because those beds are the windows are insulated in the back, and it gets a little bit colder here in the front, but the view is just pretty awesome. And you can sleep with 2 people in here. It's like yeah, 1.5 meter wide, 2 meter long. When we have people over, we can actually switch, like turn both seats 360 degrees around. So it's not lacking anything from the new vans or the new campers. Yeah, we can hang out with 6 people here. It's pretty good. Yeah, we do have 2 fridges. The original old one, which runs on gas and 12 volts and 230 volts. But it uses so much electricity, we bought one of those boxes. And we have this one over here. This is the only spot where it didn't really matter too much. So we just have the cooler over here, and it runs on the solar panels on top. Yeah, welcome to the dining area. Yeah, we can basically, this flip dinette, this is what they call it. It has like 3 positions, you can sleep in it. It also has like extensions on here where you can put another piece of mattress and you have like another full bed. So this makes the 3rd bed of it. And it has this dining possibility. We can also like get rid of the table, and then we can go into the bus driver seat position, which goes like this, and then we can also move the whole thing to the back and to the front. So depending how we need it, and if we have like, we can fit 6 people here, so then we can make the bus driver position and it drive people around like that. Yeah, it's a basic kitchen. We have running water here. We actually could have hot water. We have a boiler in the back, but we usually don't use it. If we want to have hot water, we boil it on the cooker. So the boiler for us, we could actually not have it. 2 stoves are absolutely good enough for us. And yeah, we have plenty of storage space over here, and yeah, works for us.
No oven?
No oven, but you get innovative when you're on Vanlife. We've baked pizza in the pan. It works well, actually. We've baked cake in the pan. We've done a lot of stuff in the pan. So if you only have a pan, you get innovative and it works. Yeah. So yeah, and if you really want to have a good pizza, you just go and buy one.
Yeah, just go to Italy, right?
Yeah.
It's that easy.
Exactly. This thing, I don't know if you can, like, those are like a lot of stickers from the people from the pre-owner. They were horse people, so there's stickers from 1983 where they were on some horse races, and we put some stickers on it, but most of it is still from the pre-owners. Yeah, but it's quite nice to see the history of the van. We have a separate bathroom here, which is quite handy. We have a proper toilet. It's a chemical toilet from back then. It absolutely works. We have like, I think, 60 liters of black water tank. It's pretty good, especially in Norway, Sweden, where they had a lot of facilities where you could get rid of it. That was pretty good. But if I could choose, I would absolutely take like those dry separation toilets, because this is probably the best solution you can have as a van lifer. Got a big old Truma heater, which absolutely works well. When we put it on max heating, it's like the whole van is like absolutely warm in like 3 minutes. It's really good. So we love it. It works, and yeah, we got our storage for most of the clothes in here. Yeah, nothing special. Put some LEDs in it to make it brighter. Yeah, so we have a 1.5 by 2 meter bed in the back. It's still got the old 40-year-old mattresses, and we put another topper on it. It's good enough. It works. I actually sleep as good in it as I do at home. So it works well, and we can access the trunk from here. And yeah, if we want to grab our chairs or anything from here, we can access them here. And the bikes are all the way in the back. We have some like folding bikes, which came quite handy especially when we're in cities. But we can also access it from the back. We keep our camping equipment up here, and some like the snacks up in here, and some other stuff in the top cabins. But this one, it's from back then. There's so much like unused space in here. We can more or less stand in the bed. It's like newer vans, like I would rather put the bed up here and have more space in the trunk. But yeah, it has benefits, absolutely. And we have a lot of windows. So this was actually an insurance case up here. We had like, it was not see-through before, it is now, because we had a big branch falling through when we were in Norway. And it basically destroyed the top window, and the insurance gave us an absolutely new one. And this is pretty awesome, because now we have a good view outside, and it brings a lot of light in, and we didn't have that before, and we really appreciate it. So one of the coolest features about this van is if you open up the cabinet and you want to shower, and you could just like close the whole thing down and you disappear. And even though you have like all of the windows are open, you can just shower. You're right next to the heater. If you heat this up, you can basically only shower cold, and you're warm in a minute. So we can basically separate the whole van in like 4 different spaces. If somebody wants to sleep in the back, we only close this, and people from here can still go to the toilet. If somebody goes showering, we can open this and close this. Also, if I want to sleep and Caroline wants to work, or the opposite, this absolutely, you barely don't hear anything in the back. So it's like really noise cancellation, basically. And also we have those thick curtains in the front to close down the front bed, and then you have basically 4 different areas in the living area. We do have an air condition, but we hardly don't use it. It is quite loud. It works. It can cool and it can heat, but for heating, yeah, it's just too loud. We rather use the gas, but it works. And if it's really hot, we could use like electricity from land and then use it on 230 volts. Because we can't run this on solar because it uses too much electricity. I bought this cheap ventilator, and I 3D printed some attachment parts which fit right in here. And so now we can basically stick this up in here, and depending on the position, how we stick it, we can pull the air out or push other air in, and then obviously we pop this out, and then we can get rid of the whole hot air inside. So, and this runs on 230 volts also, but it hardly uses any electricity, so this works pretty well. Yeah, this is our electricity. The batteries are in here, and we've got 2 110 amp hours lead batteries, AGM, but if I could do it again, I would use lithium, because They're alright, but it's really not cutting it. We got 300 watts of solar on top, and they are not as efficient as they should be. Just to travel the world at the pace that we want to, and it gives you like a lot of freedom. Like, I guess the ultimate freedom is backpacking, but this is like just a step less, and it's really awesome. One piece of advice, I guess, just do it, because the right moment never comes. There's always like some war, some virus, some like problem in your family or with your job. Like, if you really want to do it, talk to your boss, be nice and honest, and if you have a nice boss, you'll maybe even keep your job, and if not, you'll still be a van lifer. Yeah, how did we get started?
I mean, we bought the van 3 years ago and slowly made progress building it up.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good advice, to buy it way before, to learn, to get to know your van, because it also had like a lot of troubles, and we went through this on like little holidays, on vacations for like 3 or 4 days, and it broke down in Germany, which was okay. It's better to break down at home. So get to know your van before you go, and I don't know, I guess just do it.
Thank you.
3 tips is first, fly squatter, because there's always flies or mosquitoes. Second, hot water bottle, right?
Yeah, to warm my feet at night.
Exactly, the hot water bottle is quite good. And third, for me, it's binoculars. There's so much stuff to see, and it's a good investment. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for stopping by. It was nice to have you around, but we got to get some cooking done, and now get out of here.